This time I will teach you how to hack your brain and achieve anything you want by using summons. Are you ready? Hey, what's up my friend, I'm Seth and I help gamers by uploading videos on how to, life hacks and live lessons every other week, so start now by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. Now everyone's playing their own live game, right? And like every game, each one has their own rules, their own sets, their own systems, their own everything, including UI. This is mine. Well, one of them. And this is my menu and it has everything. Equipment, items, missions, quests, magic. But what we want right now is this one. Now, how exactly having cards of our beloved and known characters will help us in anything? Well, imagine that I want to ask the gear of my dreams out, but I'm really nervous. What? It could happen. Now you go here, find good old Gladio and activate him. Now of course nervousness won't disappear right away, but the point is that he's there. He's telling you what to say, what to do, how to move, and even what to feel. And here's how this works. Ever had the feeling after playing a game or watching a movie or reading a book that the world around you feels like an extension of that world that you just left? To the point that maybe you start even acting like one of the characters in there? Or at least thinking like them? Well, researchers at the Carnegie Mellon University, I hope that I spelled that one right, found out that whenever you're reading about a character doing certain thing, the regions that activate in your brain are the same ones that will activate if you were doing the same thing. Being, taking a walk, talking with someone, or probably, fighting and flying. Fictional characters can stay with us in our minds, telling us stuff or just making us act weird or making us feel inside that world after we are done with the reading session. But all of those studies were actually about books. What about games? Well, there's actually not a study that tells us that games or even television or movies or other things actually work in the same way. But what the first studies found is that the reason why all of this happens in our brains is because we actually feel empathy for those book characters. And about empathy in video games, yeah, there are a lot of studies about that. And even actually, we don't really need someone to tell us that we actually feel empathy for favorite video game characters or worlds, right? But this means there is a catch to use the summoning system. Since all we are doing is actually trying to connect with those characters so they can tell us what to do or how to feel, or not everyone will be able to use them. If you never actually have felt that connection with a game character or a game world, if you never cried in a heartbreaking scene or laughed with a charming character, you will probably not be able to do this. But even if you have, there's still a few things to keep in mind. For starters, the game character or the game world will still need to have a very strong influence over you. That means that probably you need to really love the game or at least have played it very recently. Which means that you need to have a connection with the game character or the game world. You need to find it relatable. But don't forget that you can also summon the game world in general, or the feeling that the game world gave you. Maybe you didn't relate to any character in the first Doom. I mean, who did? But the feeling of, epic battle by fighting all those demons might still be really strong within you, and you may be able to use that. But also you can just summon bits and pieces of game characters or game worlds. Maybe you don't have the acrobatic or fashion style of Bayonetta, but her sense of humor will still be helpful to you. Fifth, don't overdo it. Like any game system, this has its own rules, and the rule from the summoning system is that it loses power the more you use it. The strength can just fade away, and you can kinda recover it playing some more, but still, there's nothing like that first time of playing a game. There is nothing like that emotion. So if you already exhausted the game, if you already finished the game, and you keep using that, it won't work for long. Next, preparation is still in order. Not because you summon Otacon, you will suddenly become, smarter. You can maybe summon him to study for that science test, but yeah, you will still need to study. Also, have a system to remember what summons does what. You can use a visual system like mine, but maybe even notes might work. And also remember that video games are not the only source of inspiration. Comic books, movies, books, anything can really work. You can even summon people that is very close to you to help you there. So don't limit your summoning skills. So yeah, having summons actually can help you a lot in your life. I have my favorites right here with me, always, just in case. And remember, as gamers we have stormed against enemy armies. We have looked straight at evil and conquered it. We have raided ancient tombs and found ancient magical secrets. So what's that puny job interview or that scientist or asking the person that we want out really compared against all of that. So trust in yourself. You can do this. And until the next one, walk tall, my friends.